my name is Gorbers from Gorban Den. This is a review for my first custom saber. The sabersmith that made this is an eBay seller. His name is OutKast Sabers. He is a very nice sabersmith who takes pride in his work, and I actually love the way that my saber came in. So first things first, he has an instruction manual for you. You get an envelope with an instruction manual and your invoice for the purchases that you made. Obviously, I'm not going to bring the invoice into this. This is my personal stuff. So the first page you come into has an introduction telling you thank you for purchasing my saber from his OutKast Sabers. This manual will tell you what to do. The disclaimer for this saber is that it's technically classified as a Class 2 laser. So don't look directly into the saber hilt, i.e. this. There is a blade plug in there that stops you from being able to directly look at the LEDs. You either keep that blade plug in there, or you use the included, I believe it was a 32-inch blade. Very nice to have. It goes over all what it is. Inside this hilt is a high power LED. More specifically, it is a quad Cree RGB W LED. The white on this is heavily resisted, so that when it mixes with a blue and green, it creates a cyan, which was more specifically a red and cyan saber that I was looking for. It has a momentary switch. It's a black anodized white lit AV switch, 12mm. It has a recharge port. The battery is a 3.7 volt 18500 battery, lithium ion. It has a Nano Biscotti V4 soundboard in it. It has 3 sound fonts, 2 of which by our Lord Blako, and the other one is by Nightstorm. The first 2 are Heirloom and Occluophobia. Out of the choice on this one, I personally picked Occluophobia as I liked the way that sounded on one of the other sabers he had, and he was willing to work with me and put that on this one. The final sound font is Conflict, and that is a beautiful sounding sound font for the blue, green, white with the red flash on Clash. It also comes with the smart charger, which is what this is. When you're charging, if you plug it in, it's going to blink green, and then it will take about 30 minutes to 2 hours to charge, depending on how low the battery is. And when the battery is fully charged, the LED on the battery pack or the charger will stay lit green. You have an Allen key. It came with the saber. Very nice. It has the kill key. It is a 3D printed kill key, but it matches the saber very well. You get the blade plug, was in the emitter, and you get the 1-inch, 32-inch blade. If I go to the next page, he actually tells you how to operate the saber, so that for those of you like me who don't know this or did not know how to use it, you can go through this. If you did buy a saber from OutKast, I'm going to leave this up for a moment just so you can see. Now, he gave me the beautiful saber, a stand. I'm going to bring these forward now. Now, I was going to purchase one of his other sabers, but I didn't make it in time as I didn't have the cash. But he was willing to work with me with the custom saber he had coming up, which is this, Vanquish. And he let me put some customized ideas into it. So first one of the options he gave me was a shroud color. He asked me what colors I would want it to be, and I was thinking of a dirtied copper or brass, or a color that I've seen my father use, which was burnt iron. He used it on his models. He did a mix. So as you see, it's got sparkles in it, as well as like a copper brown look. I love the way that looks. It gives it the impression that it's been heated or burned from the lightsaber, and I love the way that looks. He also put the battle damage I wanted on it, so it looks like a cut has gone through the saber on both sides, so it's not clean. And then it's been weathered heavily, and I love it. Looking at it, you wouldn't be able to see much, but it looks like it's been dirtied, been through a couple battles, and they tried cleaning it off, but they didn't care much as long as the saber worked, which is something I would see a Sith being able to use. Being able to use your weapon to the fullest potential without, maybe potentially putting as much effort into it. It has a 2-watt 8-ohm speaker with 2-watt 8-ohm 20mm speaker. The pommel is vented for sound. It is a very nice and deep hole, but it also gives you a heavy sound to it. And I'm going to turn it on and cycle through the sound fonts before I put the blade in, turning off the light, allowing you to see it. I believe the first one on here is Heirloom. No. This sound font is a Cluophobia. It has a red heavy shimmer blade with a blue, white, green flash on clash, but more looks like a blue white. It has 16 clashes and sound swings. This goes for every Saber or every sound font on the Saber. A nice boot up sound. It looks like a red, but on camera it comes in as a pink. There's your blue white. I love the clashes on it. The boot off sound is partially why I wanted this sound font. The next sound font is Conflict, but one beep puts you on a mute sound. So you get something like that. So it doesn't have any of the sounds, but it still has flash on clash swings. Turn it off, just hold it, and it shuts down. 2 beeps lets you change the sound font. 1, 2.
There is no conflict.
This is Conflict by Nightstorm. This is the blue-green-white that's been heavily resisted with a red flash on clash. This sounds like a Jedi's Jedi sound font. A little harder to get them to go off. I love the way that sounds. Turn it off. The final sound font is Heirloom.
Your heat has made you powerful.
Sidious boot up. It's another red. Sounds more electronic, kind of like the crystal is a little cracked on it. A bright blue. Nice blue flash on clash. If you can give me one moment, I'm going to change out the blade plug, show you that, and then I'm going to put the blade in. Of course, that is if I can get the tension screw into it. He does have in the manual that when you're tightening this, only tighten it 3/4 of a turn. This way you don't crack your blade and make it potentially unusable. I'm going to put this right there. This is the blade plug. He custom 3D printed the top half, but this is part of a normal blade. I love the way it looks. Kind of like a turbine, you know. It spins to make the effect. I like that. Turn this upside down. Putting the blade in. Be careful. You don't want to scratch up your paint. Tighten the tension screw. Three-quarters of a turn. Allow me to turn off my light so you can see the colors more accurately. So this is Heirloom. It's a nice and beautiful red. Love the way it looks. There's your blue flash. We'll switch to the next sound font. This has a heavier blade flicker. You can actually see it on the backdrop where the felt actually glows. The felt was included with this, so I'm very pleased with that. The blue on this one is a slightly whiter blue, or a gray blue. I've seen that in some Sabers. It looks great. I love how that looks. Then finally, Conflict.
There is no conflict.
This is a blue-green with a heavily resisted white with a red flash on clash. On here it looks like a very nice blue. I would say I've heard some people say a blue like this is like an Arctic blue, but in person, like I can see a blue-green. There is your red flash on clash. This is something, this reminds me of something like a Luke's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi, or something similar. Of course, I'm not very good with sound fonts, so there's that. But overall, I love this saber. It's a very nice saber. Let me turn my light back on. I would recommend buying from OutKast sabers, and I would probably do it again sometime in the near future. Something like summer. This is, if you have someone that really likes lightsabers and you want them to have a nice lightsaber, this is an all aluminum hilt. He custom machined it, so it'll hold up to the damage that you can potentially get conflict on it. But also, as a seller's note, he got back to me recently and informed me that he also includes a 3-month warranty, so if something goes wrong, such as the LED or the soundboard stops working, ship it to him. He'll try his best to make it right and make it work, which is a bonus on my part, because I know how my family can get sometimes. Little brothers, they'll use their stuff and it doesn't always work. This is a intended gift for my father, so I hope he likes it. But yeah, I'm going to put links in the description for OutKast sabers so that you can go to his social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, as well as his purchase page on eBay. I believe currently he has 2 sabers up, so if you want to take a look at those, they also have videos of them. He has a review for the saber of his own on YouTube. I can post a link to that as well. This is Gorbus from Gorman Den. I hope you enjoyed this review, found it informative, and I thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Thank you, and goodbye.